Malusian reporting of a situation happening at the border right now. He is reporting per multiple law enforcement sources within the last hour, Border Patrol agents near Fronton, Texas, were fired upon from Mexico by suspected cartel gunmen as a group of illegal aliens were being brought across the river. I'm told that Border Patrol returned fire. Nobody hit on either side right there. And we are going to continue on with this as Texas DPS tells Bill Malusian that they are now patrolling the area and has a drone in the air and can see Mexican military assets now staging on the other side of the river there. So again, we are going to be following this story here for you on Live Now from Fox. It is very fluid at this moment, but this comes at a time when big changes are happening at the White House when it comes to border security, and a lot of these measures are taking place pretty much on a daily basis. We're also seeing mass deportations happening really now every day, as just yesterday, more than 900 people were picked up from major cities, from Boston to Los Angeles as well. And we were bringing that to you, just some of the many arrests that were happening yesterday, including an ISIS member that was accused there of crossing the border illegal as well. So again,
we expected for this to happen, right? I mean, this isn't something that we knew to. This is something that we already expected. When Trump identified Mexican cartels as basically a terrorist organization, how do we not know that this was going to happen? I mean, how have they not been designated as a terrorist organization in the first place? Which is one of the reasons that I think that the Trump administration actually sent troops to the border. When he sent over 1,500 troops to the border, it wasn't just to prevent illegal migrants from crossing over. It was because it was going to be more imminent danger. This is one of the reasons why we have to support our military, why we need to support our border patrol, our police officers, our sheriffs, because they are the ones that are on the front line of keeping us safe and ensuring that America stays a place where we can have freedom, options, no censorship, so on and so forth. But it is being reported, and I've looked at multiple different reports of Border Patrol now having shots fired at them from cartel members. And it is because the money is starting to slow up. When the money starts to slow, that's when we start to have a war. As long as everybody was getting money, nobody was having no conversations. As a matter of fact, I would even go as far as to saying it seems as though the Biden administration was empowering and continuing to give money over to the cartels from the day that they got into office. The day that they got into office, it was a free-for-all. It was a free-for-all for people to be able to come into this country, do what they wanted to do when they wanted to do it. They didn't have to answer to anybody. Borders was wide open. Then you seen an influx of immigrants, illegal migrants flying into Mexico on the southern border so that they can then get themselves inside of the United States of America. And then there was a whole bunch of money on the flip side. It was money over there in Chicago. It was money over in New York. And I remember doing reports on the Millionaire Morning Show where the migrants, they would ask them, hey, where do you want to go as soon as they cross over into the border? And most of them would then say, hey, we want to go over to Chicago or we want to go to New York, because they knew that they was going to get a free hotel. They knew that they was going to get food. They knew that they was going to get cash cards, courtesy of Eric Adams and the administration over there. They knew that they was going to get free schooling, that they was going to get transportation, that they was going to get free clothes, that the church was in on it and they was getting payments. All of these places they've been in on, basically making America the enemy of other countries by enabling them to make a lot of money and then taking it away from them, because we have to have stability, we have to have order, and the United States of America is closed. Here's a report specifically of the Mexican cartels implanting explosives at the Texas border. Check it out. People accountable that have, listen, in my opinion, the Biden administration is also liable for what we're now seeing, because even the Obama and his administration, they were tough on illegal migration into this country. I have some old footage that I have stored that I plan on doing a review at some point, and I'm not sure if it's more relevant than ever, of Biden himself, Obama, Hillary Clinton, all of them basically espousing the same things that Trump is espousing now when it comes to having safe borders. Yeah, we got to be a little bit more aggressive. And this is another reason why the Trump administration is getting tough on Mexico, because I know we got a new female, or you guys have a new female president over there in Mexico, but if they don't play their roles, how are Mexicans even supposed to feel safe in their own country, let alone crossing over into the United States of America? It's a reason why people try to cross over into this country. And it's not because they're doing so great over there, it's because it is tough over there. If anybody has ever been to Mexico, in any city, a lot of times y'all like to go to these resort towns in Cancun and Tulum. First of all, I would pause. I wouldn't even schedule a trip right now. I know a lot of people over there working in Mexico City, and they thought that they was going to relocate and work from home, and you was a federal worker. It's time to come home. It's time to go back into the office, big dog. It was the time to play. Hope you had a lot of fun, and it's the time to go home. But if your own government, which I believe our government played a vital role in it, but if your own government is allowing for you to roam around the border, shoot at border agents on the American side, plant bombs, then why should we then just play nice with our neighbors simply because they like to send over blueberries? I don't know. I got a difference of perspective on it. I think differently. I think that we need to get tougher. I think that we need to have a shorter fuse, and you got to deal with this type of stuff swift and aggressively to make an example out of people. Otherwise, this is what you're going to see happening across the board. Let me know what you guys think inside of the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Let me know what y'all think about this. Border agents getting fired at, cartel members now planting bombs. It's crazy. It's getting crazier every single day, but we got to make sure that we take care of Americans first.